The following program is brought to you by the Internet Broadcasting Organization.
Talk Wad Radio Network welcomes you to the SpiritPioneers.com channel, where you can find Momma J Speaks, also simulcasted on theartsradio.com channel as well. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Momma J Speaks Unlimited. As you can see, we're very unlimited today. We have the Almighty One.
Exactly.
Yeah.
On level one.
On level one, Almighty One.
I will be level one on your show out of respect for you.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. This is a wild child here, but
Yes.
that's okay. The divinity of unity is in us all, including you.
Including me.
Yes, it's fantastic. How have you been?
I have been well, succeeding where I need to. I've had my disappointments, I take it to 2 steps back, reinvent, reevaluate, and come out of the box fighting.
Well, that is the way that we all need to be. In
Exactly.
theory, when we come across something that we stumble upon, don't give up entirely.
Nope.
Take those few steps back, reevaluate it, look at all the other options, and then find a new way of doing something.
Right.
So,
And hire a lot of women.
or in my case, I would, anyways, this is the good show. This is the...
No. When I say I don't, not that I don't get along with men. It's just that men are too competitive. Women are too, but they're usually in a teamwork sort of way. So
Right.
I have several women that are helping me.
Yes, we have a very interesting
And I need a
color
lot of help.
scheme. I do know that. We have an interesting dynamic of colors today. You have the red that kind of matches the red and black going on here with the astrology tapestry and whatnot. I'm just throwing this new stuff out here. I know a lot of you were probably expecting Tanya Galloway to be on here today, but turns out an emergency had come up and she wasn't able to be here. So this is why the Almighty One is here.
Yes, I'm the fill-in guest because I'm big enough to fill in anywhere. It's the way it is. I'm only wearing sunglasses, by the way, because these are prescription, and I left my ones in the car. And it just this girl just hijacks me and goes, "You are going to be on my show." It's like the Scorpion from the game. What was that? Mortal Kombat. Come over here. That's the way she got me in the studio. Just
A Scorpio?
yeah, just
really?
get over here.
No. I was more gentler than that.
She says this on camera now. She doesn't say this, you don't see what happened beforehand.
Yeah. He's trying to stir the pot because it turns out, everybody, this will be my last week of shows.
Oh.
Yes.
See, now if I had a sound effects button, I would press it.
It is. I was participating or thinking that I was going to be here until the end of June and everything. And now things are changing up. There's change going on everywhere.
Yes.
It's a constant these days, moment to moment. Got to be snapping your fingers and be ready for whatever's next.
Diapers are being changed somewhere.
Yes. Those coffee filters, too.
Coffee filters. Although I don't drink coffee.
Neither do I.
I'm too hyper for coffee.
Imagine that.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
But that McDonald's sweet tea,
For 99 cents.
$1 or something.
$1.
Whatever, I don't
Okay,
care.
the tax, whatever. It's $1. But anyway, so Almighty One, also known as JT, and no, he's not Justin Timberlake.
No.
He wanted me to make sure y'all knew that.
Nor am I James Tiberius,
Oh, come on.
like Captain Kirk. No.
At any rate, so we knew each other back in the day when we were at the Clearwater
Water
studio.
You were
And
very afraid of me.
I was. I think a lot of people have been afraid of you.
But
But then I had a conversation with you that one day, and I saw that there was other layers to you.
Exactly.
And you're actually at your very deepest core.
Exactly.
You're
very
actually
businesslike, very professional.
You're actually a nice guy.
I am.
Yeah.
I try to be anyway.
But his persona
The Almighty One.
is that he's a wild rooster.
Like Howard
basically.
Stern. I've been compared to Howard Stern and Gene Simmons.
Oh,
Yes, I've been
you
compared
must
to Gene
be
Simmons.
really proud of that.
I am proud of that. And I didn't understand it at first why somebody was calling me Gene Simmons.
But anyways.
Yeah. Well, no, it has nothing to do with that. But it has something similar. I don't know how much you know about Gene Simmons, but you've heard the rumors of how guys sometimes and boyfriends and husbands will give their wives to him as like a badge of honor.
Really? You gave your wife to him?
No. I take pictures sometimes, and you know the pictures I take. And
Right.
One husband compared me he was taking a picture of me with his wife doing what I do. And he's compared me to Gene Simmons in that aspect. And I kind of looked at it and says, okay, now I can see why.
Oh.
So people get the joke. And I always have a rule. I take the nice picture first. I take the funny picture second. And if I see they have a sense of humor, I usually can gauge that. If I see they have this, because what I do is just a sense of humor thing.
Right.
You know,
People just don't get you.
And some people don't.
Right.
Yeah.
But you're mostly doing things just for the fun of it, and you're being that little kid that comes out and plays and
the little kid who just found his father's books.
So you have decided for a couple years now, since we were started off at the same place,
Right.
You have your own
I have
radio
my own station. I started with Global Empire Attitude Radio. And then I rushed into things, and that's how I made my website. And it just was too long. Back in December, a woman that I had as a co-host said, we need to do something about this. She left the following month to go do movies.
Really? Those type of movies?
Anyway, and I had actually came up with what we were going to do, and I didn't want to change the logo. I wanted to keep the logo. I wanted to keep gear, which is what Global Empire Attitude Radio, or Global Empire Attitude Radio, yeah, what that meant. Yeah, brain fart for a second. And so I wanted to keep gear. I didn't want to change my business name like certain companies do all the time, and I don't know why that's ringing. I did mute that, I think.
Well, that was apparently the president calling you.
We have called the president on my show. We have also called the Vatican too.
And we'll go into that in a moment.
So basically, what happened was we decided that we were going to change the R.
Mm-hmm.
So this way we could shorten the website. So we were trying to think of what we could change the R to. I literally woke up. I mean, I was dreaming of the Beatles. I don't know why. I was dreaming of the Beatles because music is always going in my head.
Of course.
And the song Revolution came on. And I said,
very
good. I literally
good.
popped up out of bed and said, that's what we're changing the name to.
You had an epiphany.
I had an epiphany, and it was the Beatles.
John
Lennon spoke to me.
Yeah, he came in your dreams from the other side of the veil.
Or the island that he's on.
And he's like, revolution.
Right. So we changed it to Global Empire Attitude Revolution Radio so that we can become gearradio.com. I have started getting people that are helping to build my site and build my company. We have, in 15 months of my opening, I have gotten a major sponsor. I have gotten people listening to my station for an hour or more. I've got the numbers to prove it.
Good job.
And that was one of the things I wanted to do is I wanted to be able to show the statistics of, I was doing this by myself for a whole year.
Wow.
Then in March, somebody who has watched me from the beginning, seen where I've gone, see where I'm going, and they've decided to help me out. I've got a couple people helping me out. And so I accomplished two things in 4 months of this year that I said I was going to do. Get a major sponsor and get people listening to my station for more than an hour.
That's fantastic. Well, is it just primarily a podcast, or do you also do live streaming?
We don't call podcasts.
What do you call it?
We call it live radio.
Live radio?
The only time we call it a podcast is like if I can't do a show because of an emergency, then I'll rebroadcast. But it's still technically radio, but it's podcasty at that point.
Right,
but we play. One of the things that I wanted to get on was local music, up-and-coming bands, and we have several up-and-coming bands that we actually play on our station from Florida, New Jersey, Washington State. I think there's a couple from Texas I've got, a couple from New York, and we play their music all genres. And then once I got my copyright licenses to play copyright music.
Oh, how did you get your copyright license? Was it expensive?
Lots of money.
How much money was it to get a copyright license?
You have to. It is a pain in the neck. If it was just the 3 major companies, that was ASCAP, CSAC, and BMI,
right?
I would have had it in June. I would have had it
Really?
last year or
Right.
earlier.
Right,
But
right.
instead, what happened was I have to deal with a company called Sound Exchange.
Sound exchange.
And they are the biggest pain in the neck because it's different for them.
Why
and
is it different for them?
Because with them, I have to actually report things every month. However, there's a micro streaming. I have to pay a little bit more for this license, but then I don't have to report anything to them.
Oh, so you found the loophole.
Yeah, I found that, but I can't have more than so many fans, which I know I don't have yet, and I can't make more than so much money, which I haven't yet. So
Right.
it works perfectly for me. We are community radio, much like this station. We, you know, the people who pay in to do our shows, we will promote, we will get them out there, and we will have the websites made for them that they need to have. So we've got a lot of different prices schemes, whether you just want to broadcast just music and not be heard for more than 25 minutes an hour, to doing your own talk show,
Right,
to
right.
actually investing in my company.
Okay.
Where you can actually come in, I will teach you how to run the equipment, and then you can run and you'll get a key to the office, and you can run the equipment at will. So we have a lot of different things that we've been doing, and we've been growing.
So you've duplicated what you've learned from this whole process of.
Some of what I've learned from here, some what I've learned when I was a cook
Oh.
and seeing managers do certain things.
Right.
So, and I had my own rug cleaning business in New York State. Unfortunately, my car broke down and I couldn't afford to do it anymore. So,
Aw.
yeah, but I was doing pretty good with the rug cleaning business. So I learned a little bit, and I've been doing research and this and that. So it's been an ongoing process.
Right. So it's just really been a lot of tenacity and a lot of persistence, and the fact that you really started hitting the pavement just solely by yourself.
Exactly.
And what I'm realizing is that for anything, you have to do everything by yourself for probably 1 to 3 years before people will start paying attention and being like, oh, something's going on there.
And there was a lot of things in stepping stones that I even had to learn with that. You know, I can't go after the big bull right now when I'm still the small fish. And I realize where my place is on the totem pole. And I've actually seen where I was in February of 2013 and where I am now in 2014. I go, wow, I've done a lot. And now I've got a team, and they're very good. Michelle, my web designer, Michelle, absolutely wonderful. My co-host for my Tuesday show, she's actually going to be switching to the Monday show. She Mismatch is a model, so she's hooked me up with photographers and stuff like that. That's helping me out. And then my new co-host, which just started last night, Nutmeg. Nutmeg. I don't know.
Is she?
Her name is Meg.
Spice?
No, her name is Meg, and she's a little bit. So
I'm
Nutmeg.
sure she appreciates Nutmeg. You see what he really thinks, right?
No,
Just
she already knows. But we started our first show last night. It was really good. It was very engaging, and my second in command really liked her, so that really works out.
Your second in command
would be Michelle. She's actually going to be negotiating into being my COO so very soon.
Oh, okay.
She's going to be paying into the company and
where's the
investing.
comparison? Share with us the comparison that you were at in 2013 compared to, and what were some of the steps that you took in between?
When I was still with this company, what had happened was I decided to create my own pseudo company, so that way if I got advertisers for this company, the paycheck would come through me to that name, and then I would pay what I had to pay here for running that advertiser. And then in January, I needed to do radio. I wasn't really too much into the video, and there was just some creative differences between me and the owner. But I love him to death. He helped me start where I am today, and if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be where I am. But then again, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be where I am.
Yeah, it's
love him to death.
Yeah,
so
catch-22.
No, I love him to death. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have started doing, because it has been my lifelong dream to be a radio announcer since the days of Wolfman Jack.
Oh yeah, Wolfman Jack. I remember those days.
Yeah, so that ages me.
Pops, what's up? No, just kidding.
Yeah, Pops, what's up? So I'm having more fun than a 45-year-old guy should have. And, a lot of people can't take my energy because I'm just so
youthful.
hyper. Yeah. Well, they say, how do you have all this energy at your age? I'm like, why? I actually had somebody ask me that. Somebody from
Really?
this company asked me, how do you have all that energy?
Because you're happy
And
and you're
like,
doing something that you're impassioned.
I love being a radio announcer.
When you are impassioned with something, you suddenly have an amazing amount of energy and you can do so much with it.
Well, I had an amazing amount of energy as a cook too, but
Really?
I was a cook in the Navy, but
Okay.
and then I tried to do that in the civilian world, and
Wasn't the same.
it just wasn't. It just my competitiveness got me in a lot of. There's somebody asked me, "What's your major asset?" I said, "I'm very competitive." What's your major downfall? I'm very competitive.
At least you're honest with yourself.
And I just of course I've had to do a lot of soul searching for myself, and just from the time I got out of the Navy, I used to cook when I was a kid too, but let's say for professionally, got out of the Navy,
Right.
I became a cook in 1991 officially, after joining the Navy in 80. No, actually no, I became a cook in 1988 when I joined the Navy. So in 1991 when I got out, 3 years later, I worked the civilian world. So you can say from 1991 to I think 2007 when I stopped working in restaurants, I found 3 people that I could actually work with.
Oh.
And I didn't even have to communicate with them.
Wow,
That's how good they were. And
how good they are.
Yeah, that's how good they were. And it's just we didn't even have to say a thing. We could switch, and each one of us wouldn't have to say a word, and our food got out like that. So it was great. But I got to the point where I got too old to be working for people.
Ah.
I want to work.
Yeah, it does happen. If you aren't definitely groomed to work for other people and you have something within you that wants to be free and independent and
that's what got me into a lot of trouble in the Navy too.
That's why I never went into the military.
Because I had one
free spirit.
I had one person when I was in boot camp.
Mm-hmm.
I got into trouble for God knows what.
Gee, you in
no,
trouble?
It was something stupid. It wasn't even. It was something stupid, because sometimes I get aloof, and they said, if you don't learn how to follow, you'll never learn how to lead.
Oh,
and I
yes.
just said, with all due respect, permission to speak freely, and they said yes. I said, if you learn to follow now, you'll always be a follower.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks at me.
And then you got grounded.
And he just dismisses me. He just the look he gave me, but he tried to make it like I wouldn't notice it, and I did.
Mm-hmm.
And I just the look that he gave me was astounding, because it was like, wow, because I don't lead like I'm a leader. I just lead like, hey, here's an idea. You do this, you do this, you do this. I'll do this, and whatever. And that's what one guy said to me. He says, I wanted him to do the floor mats. I wanted him to rinse out the floor mats outside because I didn't like doing it.
Right.
But I also didn't like doing the other job either.
Right.
So, but I said, well, why don't you go outside and do the mats,
you do
spray
the
them down,
stuff that
and I'll
you
do this,
like,
and I'll do this, which I don't like either. He didn't want to do the mats, but what he said to me, he said, why should I have to go out and do the mats? Do you want to smoke?
Ah.
He may not want to do the mats, but I guarantee he wants that cigarette.
Right.
So I looked at why I do things. And so
Very
that's what makes, I think, a good leader is he looks at the people he has,
right, and
what
utilizes
their
assets are,
and what they might need to do.
Right.
Obviously, he probably would have wanted to go out and have a couple of cigarettes.
Right.
Doing the mats allows him to do that, and he can still work and smoke.
Exactly.
And without having to take that break.
Very good in using your intuition and thinking ahead and.
Exactly.
That's very good.
And so I like doing what I'm doing now, and it's a lot of fun. And we're actually going to be broadcasting at Comic-Con again this year.
Oh,
Yep.
fantastic. Is one of our other guys, Adam, he's the Nerd Network.
Yeah.
Is he going to be there too?
I don't know if he is. I have
because
talked
I think
to him.
both of you guys are into Comic-Con and everything.
I'm not really into it. It's fun to look at.
It's fun to. I have been wanting to go to one for a very long time.
I was stickering so many women last year.
Oh no!
I had these stickers, and one of the guys said, "That is an awesome advertisement thing." I go, "How do you mean?" He goes, "Well, you're putting these stickers on the women, and then they're walking around." And I hadn't thought of that. So I actually had girls coming up to me saying, "Are you the guy with the stickers?" And I expected a fight, and I'm like, "Yeah, where's mine?"
Wow.
I'm like, it can't be that easy. I had one complaint. Though from a guy who was across the booth from me and to my left.
Oh, he was probably just jealous.
And he was selling comic books. And he sent me a Facebook message, "You're a creep. You need to grow up." And I just looked at him and I said, wait a minute. All the girls were laughing. All the girls were over 18. All the girls loved what they were seeing.
Mm-hmm.
And I says, I says, "You sell comic books? Shut up."
That was that person. He found you to be competition. And he was mad that he wasn't getting all the hot girls over to his booth, and you were. So.
And I even explained to him what I was going to do, and he thought it was funny. Now, after I was getting all this attention at my booth, now all of a sudden, no.
Yeah, it's funny how people get that way, when they see something working out that they had thought about but didn't do, or
exactly
whatever. But that's the way the world goes round these days.
Yeah. And
So,
like I said, we play the local music. We play the copyright music. We've got everything I can get my hands on. We try to play it. I have my own talk shows. I have one more, Holistically Speaking. He's on my network. We are.
Is that Alvin?
Yes.
Oh, okay. How's he doing there?
He's doing good. He's doing good.
Yeah.
It was a slow start, trying to get him organized and everything. But now he's organized and he works within my schedule, and he's doing really good. And we got a little banner for him on our website.
Oh, fantastic. So do you have your station at an actual building now, or do you have it out of your home?
No, it's out of a building.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because at one point you were doing it out of your home, right?
At one point, I started at my home because I only had an hour's worth of music.
Gotcha.
So a very good friend of mine, said I needed to build a platform. So I got my studio. I saved up for a studio. I got my studio. I paid for like 6 months in advance. Or 4 months in advance, or whatever it was I paid, so that I can save up to keep paying. And I've had my studio since April of 2013. So a little over a year now, year and 2 months now that I've had my studio over there.
Right.
And just kept getting the equipment that I needed, and whatever, and set myself up. And it's in a central location, so it's not too far from everything.
Fantastic. So you didn't really put a whole plan together, and you just started doing stuff. Mostly, and then it just started to fall into place.
It started falling. I was buying equipment slowly, because the reason why I was buying the equipment slowly is because I thought, I live in Brandon. This way, when I was working with Nolan, Alex, if he needed to go out and do a live show in Brandon, I was already going to have all the equipment, so he wouldn't have to bring his, maybe a few mics and wires or whatever. So I would have all the equipment in Brandon, so he wouldn't have to lug it all the way out here.
Well, that was very nice of you.
So, and then I got to the point where I wanted to be radio. I wanted to be heard in cars. I didn't want just computers.
Okay.
So, we've got our mobile. I actually had to buy a new phone just so that I can get
So you could get your own app?
So I can get my own app. I'm canceling Sirius XM very soon. Why should I pay them when I've got my own station?
Right.
And we play all kinds of music during the day, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. We're more family friendly. Nothing TV clean or worse gets past me. So it's TV clean or like rated G to TV clean.
Good job.
Gets played on. After 8 p.m., it's no longer your children's radio station.
Yes. Becomes mommy, daddy's naughty time, or
Mommy
whatever.
And daddy's naughty time. Bring out the handcuffs. Throw out the lotion.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I saw you adjusting that dress too. So
yeah, I'm like, don't show the knees or anything like that. There was a
Why,
little
you have
bit.
nice knees. You have very soft knees.
Thanks.
Yes.
I haven't been on them too much.
Wow, I wasn't going to go there. That didn't even crossed my mind.
What are you talking about? I go to church. They don't have pews.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Why are you turning the same color as
No,
your
because the
shirt?
smile. Because I'm trying to be almighty at level 1, okay? And I know how you are, so.
What are you talking about? I was totally thinking about Catholic Church.
No, the look on your face.
Yes.
No, you do the same thing I do all the time, okay? I will say something that's innocent, and people think that everything that comes out of my mouth is not innocent. Like one time I used to do inventory control auditor.
We could be related.
We could be. I was an inventory control auditor, and I had to reach up on this shelf to get 3 little boxes. But when I tried to put them back up, I found it more difficult.
Right.
But in saying, wow, it's harder for me to get these boxes on the top of the shelf than it was to get them down. What I had said was, it was easier getting it down than it was getting it up, and these 2 girls start laughing at me. I'm like, what? And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, what do you mean what? I'm like, I don't know what you're talking. Oh, okay. Just because you want to have the filthy mind doesn't mean I always do.
Exactly.
You know, I say things sometimes that are really innocent, and people
just automatically go there.
Like if I want a name, like a Twitter page or something like that, and that name's already taken, I just add my birth year.
There
69.
Go. Right.
And then people go, oh yeah, he's 69. What?
Well, you got to understand, it's all a matter of the contents of mind of each individual.
Right.
So the contents of your mind went clearly some other place. Mine was at a church, like pews and
no,
stuff
because
like
the way
that.
you looked at me, you gave me a look.
I did not
give me a look. Now you're turning red.
No, I certainly did not. No,
you were turning
funny.
as red as your hair.
No, actually, I'm the same color, so not it. I'll ask the interns. Am I still the same color?
Not
or
now.
have I turned red?
You did it once.
I'm good. I'm good. See, the new interns, and thank you, you guys. Good job. Good job. We have new interns at the station here or studios, and then they're eventually gonna be moved. What are you doing?
I'm being silly. I was a little off camera, so I had to scoot in, you know.
Scoot in. Woo. We can
so
start
I get this
doing
large frame in there,
we
you know.
can do the chair boogie woogie right now.
Doing the bump. See, now that's what I like doing. I like doing silly things that make people laugh, no matter what they are. You know, I know. Like when we were at the Talkie Awards,
that's how my personality ends up going at times.
I was like, when we were at the Talkie Awards, I said, well, let's take a picture. You came up to me like, are you going to do what you do? I felt a little insulted. I was like, what?
I was just reminiscent of what I've known you to do. And
like, you know, there's times for that, you know.
It's been a while since I was around you, so I was like, I don't know what to expect, but okay. But it's all good. It's all good. You were well behaved.
I am. I can be.
And your co-host, she had nice long legs. No wonder she's your co-host.
We decided to have a guest on the show. We had some alcohol, and I realized we were having this. We were having this every time someone says a swear word. Take a drink. And then the 2-hour show turned into 3 hours.
And 3 hours
then turned into 3.5. And then she starts punching me.
Oh.
So I'm like, no, it's time to get off the air. So then she wants to start taking silly pictures. So then she says, well, get on your knees. And I says, okay. So I thought we were just going to take a picture. She's going to do something. So she tries to get on top of my shoulders and wants me to lift her up. Now, first off, the ceiling is too low to do that. Second off, she's bigger than me.
Yeah. Isn't she like 5'11" or something?
5'9", 5'10", something like that.
Really
she's taller than me. And I was just like...
Yeah.
I am not putting you on my shoulders. Then she fell over, and oh my god, it was so funny.
And you had all this footage on your radio show?
No, it was after the show. We were taking pictures.
Okay, so you posted it on your.
I didn't post.
Page.
Actually, it was funny because the day those pictures got deleted somehow.
Oh.
I was so mad.
Well, it was probably because if she's a professional model, you have to keep things a certain, you know.
Well, no. Somebody got into either I did it on accident or somebody got out to my camera after I set it down and deleted all my pictures off my SD drive. All of them. I was so mad. Most of them I had backed up on a computer.
It's a mystery.
It's a mystery. Scooby-Doo.
There needs to be an investigation.
Raggy.
Wow. This is not the show that anybody was intending to watch today. I guarantee it, because I was going to be talking about the environment and homelessness and all that type of stuff.
Ladies and gentlemen, the environment. It's there. Enough said.
Well, it was mostly going to be about our local lakes and parks and waters.
Global warming does not exist.
Yes, it does.
It does not exist.
In your world.
No, not in my world. There's proof of it. There's proof of it.
Since when? Where? Where'd you find it?
I don't believe the liberal media.
A liberal? What do you call yourself?
I'm a right-wing conservative radical Republican. Okay. Now see, here's the thing. Okay. There's fanaticism. Fanaticism is in psychology, which I have studied a little bit of.
A little bit,
I believe that fanaticism is divided into two subcultures of extremism and radicalism.
And I'm
a radicalism. Okay? See, extremists' ideas They're
are
good.
extreme.
They're good, but they're
Yeah.
not well thought out. So when they burn
You could
down
say that about the radicals.
No.
Yeah.
When you burn down a hotel because it's ruining the environment, okay? Yes,
then
you've got
it
rid of the
ruins-
hotel,
But then
but
that
yet,
ruins
but
the environment.
But the flames from the environment,
Exactly.
the animals get scared away for a little while, and
And-
who knows what other ecological damage you've done by burning down that hotel. Now, see, the radical would come up with a
Well-
plan. Now, the
Right.
radical wants the rough draft yesterday,
Rough
the
draft.
final draft
Okay.
last week, and all the bugs worked out the week before,
And then have the
the
blueprints.
plan last month.
Wow.
That's what we,
Is that what?
because
really?
we radicals are just have a tendency to they think fast and they want all the ideas on the table and then they want the bugs worked out but it's radicals are very misunderstood people.
Interesting. Now
So-
we're talking about radicalism and extremists.
Right.
Okay. See, this is the unlimited show. So we
If
can
you
go
if you
from one
want,
extreme
I
to
can
the
start
other.
talking about the subculture of why women and men are psychologically different in their psyche core level based on the theory of psychology of functionalism by William James.
I think I studied that in college. Yeah, we're definitely at that core level totally different.
Right.
If you go to understandmen.com, Allison Armstrong talks heavily about the relationship of men and women and our differences
See, there's a
and stuff like
dualism.
that.
I believe there's a dualism
Mhm.
between women and men, and everybody has the dualism.
Oh yeah.
And I think that while women and men can do everything in the physical work world or whatever what men can do, in a psyche,
and
in a
emotionally.
psyche. Well, I won't go that far, but some emotionals, yes, but there are others. But our deep core psyche,
Mhm.
okay, men are men and women are women,
This
and
is
I
good
firmly
job.
believe that this is why women cannot be dominant in a relationship most of the time.
Really?
I believe that even in a
I
50-50
would
relationship,
have
the
to
women are somewhat submissive.
I would have to disagree. Only
I can prove it. I can prove it by doing one thing.
Only because I have been in a relationship or two or three where
Or 10 or 20. Or,
no.
Can we keep going up the number chart?
No.
60's the new 40.
I had always been the more dominant partner.
Yeah, well, I can prove on a deep core psyche level.
I have been learning to be a little bit more in my feminine aspect.
I can prove by
So-
doing one thing that I guarantee you're submissive. Just one thing. Because I study. I actually did studies on this. I looked at how people interact with each other. And it
That's
wouldn't
really
be
funny
bad. Like,
that
for
you
instance,
would
for
say
instance,
that
for instance,
because
does that, just give me your hand, does that feel comfortable?
sometimes.
Or does this feel comfortable?
I don't know, or does that feel comfortable?
Even if it's that way, if I do this,
right?
we were walking down the street, does that feel comfortable?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You're one of the unique ones then. Because most women will say, this feels comfortable. This basically says, this is mine. I will protect it. I will support it. I will nourish it. I will do whatever. This basically says, this is the person I support, no matter how stupid his ideas are.
Well,
that's the way I look at
I
it.
can go either way.
Yeah,
Like I can be this
there
way,
are very
or,
few percent of women who can.
or I can be that way.
Right. There are very few women who can do that.
I'm more so that way than I used to be.
Right.
If that says anything.
Yeah. So
I've become more submissive.
right. So that's why I on the core psyche level, this whole thing, men need to find their feminine side. And then the song came out, "Where Have All the Cowboys Gone?" Come on, seriously. No woman wants to date a wimpy man with no sense of mind.
Right, but you're starting the soapbox. I'm sorry.
What? No, I like interacting with stuff like this.
Okay.
You know what Aristotle said? It takes an intelligent man to listen to an opinion, even if he doesn't agree with it.
This is very true. However, the breed of men lately have been the type that are really, really so lost in finding themselves that they're afraid of any type of relationship with women.
And we're also afraid of relationship with women because we realize also that
You get emasculated at some point.
they're not even emasculated. It's that we realize going into a relationship, there's always that chance that the relationship can end, and then they end up getting half the stuff that we've worked for.
Really? I've always had the opposite. I've been in relationships where they get it.
And that's rare.
I'm a rare gem.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I saw a shirt one time. I'm an excellent housekeeper. Mm-hmm. After the divorce, I keep the house. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I have yet to accomplish that if I got a divorce and actually keep the house. I've always left and I've let them keep it. I just, I'm the one that walks.
Mm.
Yeah. I don't do the typical female thing.
That's you're the 1%. As
I know. And you would think I would have all that elite money to go along with that 1%, but darn it, I don't. Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yes.
I'm still trying to figure out my formula because clearly you have figured out your formula of your
Mostly.
Of your personal success
Mm.
and the capacity that you're doing so and everything. And myself, I'm still looking. I'm still looking for sponsors and advertisers, and
I've already gotten that.
I know that. Oh my God. But you've had a totally different way of going about doing it. Your circumstances are totally different.
Right.
What I have been going through and dealing with the past few years from during that time that we were at the Clearwater, I lost my grandfather.
Wow.
3-month-old nephew, and my dad.
Did you send out search parties?
No, I lost them as far as the other side.
I'm kidding.
That's not to joke about.
No, you have to find humor in everything. It's a sad
I
state of
just
affairs.
saw them the other day.
It's a sad state of affairs.
I had a
that you've
brownie
had
and I saw them the
people-
other day.
Right. Wow, I need you on my show. I so need you on because anybody who could mess me up, I love them to death. I had very few co-hosts that actually I'll be saying something and they mess me up and I'll go, where was I? And it just when I get them to sit there and when I lower my head and I start laughing, I've already lost my place.
I've done that a couple times with you because we had done a show. We were on the same show together with Gwiggy and
Gwiggy.
Gwiggy and Adrian.
Uh-huh.
Does he wear eyeliner?
I don't know.
It seemed like he did. I don't know.
Oh, Gwiggy or Adrian?
Adrian.
I don't know. I didn't pay attention. I don't look at guys' eyes,
Well, I do. I just happen to.
Tell me more about my eyes.
They're
Bugs Bunny.
blue.
I thought they were bloodshot.
Really? You're at it again?
No, I tell you, I go to bed at 3 or 4 in the morning. Actually, I went to bed at 5 last night. I woke up at 9:30.
Oh.
Because I got a business phone call.
Mm-hmm.
And it woke me out of a sound sleep.
So what's your wife say about all this that you're doing?
Mm-hmm. She says it is what it is. And, she supports me on it. So.
Was she at the Talkie Awards?
No.
No, you left her home.
She was working.
Oh, she was. What does your wifey do?
Physical therapy.
Oh my gosh, people. He has a totally normal wife. This is why he can be him.
No, you don't understand. I've corrupted her. She's actually gotten me on a few of my own jokes.
Really?
I was so romantic.
Awesome.
I says, I heard a song today and it so made me think of you. And she goes, what was it? And I told her the song and she goes, I don't know it. Can you sing it? So I started singing for her. She goes, who sings it? And then I says, oh, this person sings it. And she's like, well, why don't you let them sing it? I was like, oh, she got me on my own joke. I didn't see it coming.
Sounds like you got a good marriage going on.
Yeah, and she was the one who started all that thing that I do.
Really?
Yes. There was blame
it on the wife is what you're trying to do?
I had done a comedy show. I'd put together a troupe, and we called ourselves the Cholesterol of Comedies. Cholesterol of Comedy.
Well, that's different.
It was basically me and it was two other heavyweight guys and a slightly overweight woman. Slightly overweight woman. And some little skinny screwball that should have cholesterol, and he was the MC. So it was me, Sean Purvis, Dave Frank, Maureen Sullivan, and Dave Hines.
Mm-hmm.
So we formed this group, and we did the comedy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, after the show, I guess Dave Frank had bought a couple girls from his work that were lesbians, or I should say are lesbians.
Right.
And she's like, "Oh, I like your man boobs," and I was like, "Okay." She goes, "Can I touch them?" She goes, "Okay." I was like, "Okay, as long as I can touch yours." So I get in this chair. Now, it wasn't an armchair. It was a regular chair. It had no arms. And I was telling my wife to take the pictures. Now, I had one girl leaning, I mean, literally leaning into me, grabbing me here. And she stuck her tongue out. The other girl was sitting on my lap. Now, I had to spread my legs like this to keep from falling over. The other girl's sitting on my lap. I got my arm around her, holding her up, bracing this leg because this girl's leaning into me. She's grabbing me here. I'm grabbing her here. My wife, who's Asian, is like, "Picture, picture, take another picture, picture, picture." Typical Asian. "Picture, picture. Would you hurry up and take the pictures? Picture, picture, take the picture, picture, picture." And I was like, okay. So that's how that started.
Oh, that's too funny. So you have a little Asian woman?
Yeah, she's Filipino.
Filipino?
Filipina, whatever.
Filipina.
Yeah.
And you have children together, yeah?
No,
No? Why not?
because she's 7 years older than I am, and
Oh, you're her kid.
yeah, yeah. I'm the one that makes her laugh, and that's probably why she stays with me. Because when I met her, she said I was 36 at the time,
Right.
and I was a big goof, of course. And I think one of the things that there was a few things that attracted me to her.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them was I spoke Tagalog. I spoke a few words of their language.
Mm-hmm.
And then I told her a joke that is a language joke that's a play on words that have something to do with what they call a green joke, which is our version of a dirty joke. But it wasn't that dirty. It was more like a play on words.
Right.
So she understood the joke, and then I turned around and it was involving breasts and bananas.
Breasts and bananas.
Yeah, it's
Interesting.
basically the joke is why are bananas and breasts alike? And they go, why? I go, they're both sagging. Now, breasts sag, and banana in sagging in Tagalog is banana. So there's it's kind of a play, double entendre word. It's kind of like one of those mind work games.
Yeah.
So, and then I turned around and I says, "Yeah, you wouldn't have to worry about that because you're about a 36C." And she turned to her friend. She goes, "This guy just guessed my breast size and just." and I stood up to her father. I stood up to her father.
That was huge.
I took a
Especially
lot
in
of junk from
cultural-
him. I took a lot of junk from him. And then he said something, and I just turned around and says, "You're supposed to be so religious, and you just took the Lord's name in vain, and you just swore in front, not only in front of your wife, your daughter, but your 14-year-old son. I'm going to tell you this right now. You want to sit there and play this game and say that Americans are this and Americans are that, that's fine. I'll disagree with you to the day of dawn. But you disrespect your value system, then I'm going to come at you."
Wow.
And we had
And
a few more
now
arguments.
The father
is dead.
And you, I thought you were going to say we go fishing now.
No. He would come to live with us every couple of years and just like drive me crazy.
Oh, well, that's what he was there for. Somebody's got to drive you crazy.
Oh, he and I got into some doozy arguments.
Oh,
Doozy arguments.
Bless your heart.
Bless my heart, which is like saying go to blazes. And
bless your heart, darling. Bless your heart.
So and she's great because when I first met her, I was invited over to Thanksgiving dinner and I was going to help cook.
Mm-hmm. Who actually cooks in your relationship? Do you or does she?
Well, right now nobody. I mean, it's kind of like we go out to eat or we buy something simple to cook or whatever in the house. Most of the time she cooks. But I try not to let her cook so much because I'm not working. I'm just doing my business. I'm trying to get that going.
Right.
And I try not to, and she's going to school too and whatever.
What's she going to school for?
I guess she wants to get her degree in some sort of doctorate degree.
Oh, okay.
Maybe in physical therapy. She's mentioned a couple of things, and I'm not sure which course she's taken yet.
So she's married to a quote unquote shock jock that you are, working on getting that full blown title of. Correct?
Mm.
And then you have to have the grounding person of the physical therapist Asian mom.
Oh, yeah. She walk on back. And it's funny because I do a character called Mi Hung Ro.
Oh no, not now. Not now.
No, it's funny. It's funny
Oh,
because I take what's funny in the Asian news and I report on it.
Really?
Yeah, I go, Mi Hung Ro report that Korea Airlines is up in arm about Korea skyscraper that is invisible. And they actually have a skyscraper in Korea that is invisible.
How in the
At
world
night,
did they make it
no,
invisible?
At night, the way the windows are shaped, it's really a neat design.
Right?
But it looks transparent.
Wow.
It really is neat. But apparently, Korea Airlines up in arms about invisible building airplanes hitting skyscraper. But law of physics say if building invisible, then only plane we have to worry about is Wonder Woman. And then I would like Asian News Network brought to you by Kamikaze Airlines. Doing one way, the only way we know how. Hiroshima mushrooms add explosion to any meal. See, now that's clean.
Oh my God. Well, everybody, I hope you've been enjoying this show for Mama
See,
J
her face is red now.
Yeah. But that's, unity of divinity all the way, darling.
I can do Herbert the Pervert and Ronald Reagan too.
No.
Ronald Reagan
no,
I can do.
No.
I can do Ronald Reagan.
No.
What?
No.
I don't remember. Nancy. Where's Nancy? I have to push the button, Nancy. I don't remember.
You are a crack up.
I
Anyway, if anybody wants to tune into the Almighty One's shows or
station.
What station is it on? AM, FM?
Internet.
So it's live radio on the internet that you can listen to in your car?
Listen to as long as we have our Android up now, we should have the Apple up by the end of July.
So is it through XM radio or
No.
what? How does somebody who wants to listen to you in their car
You download the app, then there's this little button there's a little thing. You put the
Bluetooth.
AV jack here, and then you put it in the AV jack in your radio.
Oh, very, very
Technical
cool.
difficulties come from a woman who not Confucius, but she confused all right.
No. I wanted to see if you were actually wanting to be on an actual station, dear.
I am on an actual station.
Right.
See, I turn this on, and then it turns on, and it will play music.
Gear radio. Listen live.
Listen
so
live.
what kind of music are you playing right now?
This is an up-and-coming brand. Dave Brooks.
Dave Brooks.
Kind of like Casino.
Do you like help people get signed?
Not really, but what happens is if there's an album cover here, you can actually if you're on the computer, you can actually click on the album cover, and then you can buy that song if they already have it on iTunes or Amazon.
Right.
Here you would click this button, and then you can, and then we have a little thing up here, which, come on.
It's supposed to work.
Oh, cancel. That's why.
Confused.
We've got the Facebook page, the Twitter, the live, and then we got if you want on-demand music, I got music that's on demand. Alarm clock, Facebook, Twitter, the NFL, and I'm going to put a few more whatever's in there. So it's actually a nice app.
Very cool. So everybody go to Gear.
Look up Gear SecureNet. That's one word, SecureNet. Because our app isn't that popular yet, they can't find it on Gear Radio. So you have to look up Gear SecureNet, SecureNet, and then you can download the app.
All right.
We've had it open for about 2 weeks, and we've had about, I think it was, what do we have? 46% now people listen on Android.
Fantastic.
So
you know what this means now that I've brought you on this show. You have been now blessed to be successful for sure. No, just kidding.
I'm just going to keep my mouth shut.
I'm just messing with you.
I'm just going to, there's so many jokes right now, and I'm trying to be so good.
Yes, I'm very proud of you. But anyways.
Oh, thank you. You're so proud of me. Let me kiss your hand.
Yes. We can have that type of rapport. So anyways.
Now we need to get you on my show.
Yes.
With the Almighty at level 10.
Oh.
But we definitely would like to make a cast of you.
Oh, really?
Yes, we would. And we will sell it. We'll say, Momma J,
Oh, Lord. Mm-hmm. We'll see. We'll see. I think
Mama J's
now,
J's.
now I think I'm turning 50 Shades of Red.
Crimson.
Thanks, buddy.
Hey, anytime, girlfriend.
Anyway, all of you, I hope you enjoyed this show. I know it was a little bit more unlimited than typical. And I hope you enjoyed the interview with the Almighty One here. And I will see you all later on this evening from 7 to 8. I should have 2 guests, 2 lovely ladies, Trina Fallon and Miss Marlene Music. Marlene Miss Music.
I had her on my show.
Yeah, well, guess what? She's supposed to be on here tonight.
Yeah, I had her on my show.
And it will be my last shows here for this week, and something else is going to be happening. So, anyways.
And just remember, people, if you are not listening, when you are listening to Mama J or the Almighty One Show, you are not better than everybody. Screw that. Yes, you are.
Anyways, shout out.
I promote you.
Yes, thank you. So, anyways, all of you have a beautiful, wonderful rest of the week.
Rest of the week.
Rest
Be very,
of the
very
week.
quiet. I'm haunting rabbits.
Have a wonderful weekend, and I will be keeping you all posted once my shows commence again. Right now, they're going to be going on hiatus, probably for the rest of the summer. We'll see what is to transpire, but I will come back with not a vengeance. That sounds so bad, but no.
I will come back like Xena Warrior Princess.
There we go, like Xena Warrior Princess.
I am woman, hear me roar, but I am man, hear my loud barbaric yelp.
Anyways, I hope you all will continue to be fans. Find me on Twitter at MamaJ3511. Find me on Facebook, Mama J Speaks. You can find my blog now, mamajspeaks.wordpress.com. And you can even email me at mamajspeaks@gmail.com if you want to chat, have ideas. Have me come.
Your theme song should be Mama from Phil Collins.
Oh, God. Or if you would like me to come to any of your locations and possibly do a show there, you can contact me. Anyways, have a beautiful, amazing, amazing day. You're all very blessed. You're all the unity of divinity. Take care. Bye.
Bless you, my child.
But you had fun, right?
Yeah,
This program was brought to you by the Internet Broadcasting Organization,
Yeah, but
setting the standard for new media broadcasting.
No, I trust me. I have plenty of entertainment, but you're there too. You're entertaining in your own special.